Walk into any coffee shop right now and look around. Someone at that counter just paid $7 for a latte and has less than $400 in their bank account. That's not an exaggeration. That's the reality for a shocking number of people across all income levels, all education backgrounds, all career paths. And here's what most people get wrong: being broke isn't about how much you earn. It's about what you do with what you earn. Today, I'm going to walk you through the real reasons people stay financially stuck and exactly how to break free. Reason 1: no financial direction. Most people have no actual financial destination. They earn, they spend, maybe they save a little, but they have no specific target. Without a clear goal, every money decision is just a guess. Should you buy that gadget? Take that vacation? You can't answer intelligently without knowing where you're trying to go. Set a specific, time-bound goal. Not save more money, but $12,000 in 14 months. That single shift changes how you evaluate every purchase. Reason 2: zero emergency cushion. Life is predictable in one way: it will surprise you. Cars break down. Medical bills arrive. Jobs disappear. People without savings don't just face inconvenience, they make desperate decisions. Credit card debt. Borrowed money. Skipped repairs that become bigger problems. Even $500 set aside changes everything. It's not about the amount. It's about having a buffer between you and financial chaos. Reason 3: spending without awareness. Most people have a rough idea of what they earn and zero idea where it goes. This creates a universal experience. You get paid, make what feel like reasonable choices, and 2 weeks later you're wondering what happened. Track every dollar for 1 month. Just 1 month. What you find will likely shock you, and that awareness alone will start changing your behavior. Reason 4: living only in the present. There's nothing wrong with enjoying life today. The problem is making every financial decision as if your future self doesn't exist. Wealth is built by people who balance present enjoyment with future preparation. They're not miserable, they're just intentional. A little sacrifice now buys an enormous amount of freedom later. Reason 5: expensive habits you've stopped noticing. A daily takeout lunch. Streaming subscriptions you've forgotten. A smoking habit. Weekend impulse buys. None of these feel significant in the moment. But add them up over a year: easily $4,000 to $8,000 gone with nothing to show for it. Calculate your habits annually. Then ask, is this worth what it's costing my future? Reason 6: destructive debt. Not all debt is equal, but most people treat it like it is. There's debt that builds wealth, a mortgage on an income property, education that raises your earning power. Then there's debt that destroys it: credit cards for vacations, car loans for vehicles you can't actually afford, financing for things that lose value the moment you buy them. The rule is simple. If you can't pay cash for it, ask hard whether you should buy it at all. Reason 7: spending to look rich. Here's the irony nobody talks about. The people trying to look wealthy are often the furthest from it. The truly wealthy drive modest cars, live in comfortable, not impressive homes, and wear ordinary clothing. Every dollar not spent on appearances is a dollar working to generate more wealth. Meanwhile, financially struggling people spend heavily on status symbols, which only deepens the gap between how they look and how they're actually doing. Before any major purchase, ask yourself one honest question: am I buying this because I need it, or because of what others will think? Reason 8: paying everyone else first. Most people pay their bills, cover their expenses, and hope something is left over for savings. There never is. Flip the sequence. Before any bill is paid, move a set amount directly into savings or investments. Treat your future self like your most important creditor. This one habit alone restructures your entire relationship with money. Reason 9: avoiding all risk. Fear of losing money keeps many people from ever growing it. Money sitting in a low-interest savings account feels safe, but inflation is quietly eating its value every year. That's not safety. That's slow loss. Wealth building requires learning to take calculated risks, not reckless ones. The goal isn't to eliminate uncertainty. It's to make smart decisions that offer real reward in exchange for manageable risk. Reason 10: one income stream. Forever, trading time for money has a ceiling. There are only so many hours in a day. Wealthy people understand this and build income that doesn't require their constant presence: rental income, dividends, a business, royalties. These streams run while they sleep. Building passive income takes time and initial sacrifice. But it's the only real path to financial independence. Start small. Start now. Reason 11. Financially educated once, never again. Tax laws change. Markets evolve. New strategies emerge. Someone running their finances on 15-year-old knowledge is making decisions in a world that no longer exists. Commit to continuous learning. Read. Listen. Study. The return on financial education is one of the highest you'll ever get. The bottom line, none of this requires a dramatic life overhaul. Pick one pattern from this list that you recognize in yourself. Work on that one thing consistently for 90 days. Then move to the next. Wealthy people aren't more talented or more disciplined. They've simply built better habits and made those habits automatic. Your financial future isn't written by your past. It's written by the decisions you make starting today. The question was never whether these principles work. The question is whether you will.